Most of the books in my must-read list are fiction, because many non-fiction titles become obsolete and must be updated. For example, in a geography textbook, boundaries change. In a history book, new events happen. In a science book, new discoveries are made. So, generally speaking, non-fiction books don't transcend time and speak to all ages, as good literature does. An exception to this is the autobiography. Nothing is quite as powerful as someone's own story told in their own words. Autobiographical memoirs have been all the rage in the past few years, many making it onto the New York Times bestseller list, including The Happiness Project. A writer sets goals for herself to make herself happier over the course of a year. Eat, Pray, Love. A writer travels to Italy, India, and Bali to rebuild her life for a year. Julie and Julia. A writer tries to cook her way through all of Julia Child's Mastering the Art of French Cooking in a year. Does anybody else see a trend here? The Know-It-All. A writer attempts to read the whole Encyclopedia Britannica in a year. All of which I enjoyed, but none of which are on my recommendation for today. 100 Books You Must Read. Number 14, Little Princes by Conor Grennan. The best way to introduce this book is to quote from the prologue. There was a decade-long civil war in Nepal. In remote regions, Maoist rebels abducted children, forcing them to join their army to fight against the government. Some people, for a fee, promised to save the children by taking them to another area to be educated. Many parents did this, but then their children were actually abandoned, effectively becoming orphans. This happened to tens of thousands of children in Nepal. The author went to Nepal to volunteer for just a couple of months at an orphanage. But when he found out that the children at the orphanage weren't actually orphans, it became his life's work to reunite them with their families. I can't tell you how much this book touched me. It made me cry so many times. It's uplifting and inspiring, and when you buy it, a portion of the proceeds goes to the organization to help these children. And now, just a little poetry to brighten your day, by Emily Dickinson. A word is dead when it is said, some say. I say it just begins to live that day.